And
Oh, how old did she turn?
54. But
That's young. Fuck. Okay.
yeah, she had kids as a kid, pretty much. Not as much as a kid as I was, anyways, my mom is not like an extroverted person at all, and my uncle, uh, he works the weekends there, so he got the people to come out and sing her happy birthday, and dude, she was not. She smiled and everything, but she was. I could tell it wasn't her thing.
She was crawling in her own skin.
Yeah. Which,
I
by
hate
the
that
way,
shit too,
Texas,
though, man. Like,
I do too. I don't want to put on the
yeah,
spot. Not for that
yeah,
shit. By the way, Texas Roadhouse doesn't just leave piles of peanuts out anymore.
yeah. That was a shocker to me because before I went recently, I feel like it must have been probably 10 years. I wouldn't say 10 years, probably a good at least 5. And when I went to the one here in town, there's not like peanuts all over the floor and just it was so different to me. I was like, "What?" I thought I was in a different place, but it makes sense.
Yeah. I I hadn't been in a while either, but they have bags of peanuts.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Like, do you
Uh
remember when, like, the floors were covered with
yes.
the shells?
Yes, it
Okay,
was
okay.
they had giant tubs of peanuts and
Yeah, I
everybody
just wanna
just
make sure.
it probably happened around COVID. That's probably when they did it.
Well, that and peanut allergies, they probably wanna be able to bring people in there that have
Yeah,
peanut allergies and
that's
not be
actually
able
a
to
great.
not be
Yeah,
able to die the second they step in the door.
I never thought about that. They had to have had like a certain like each story at least once a year had to have had to call an ambulance because
Oh,
somebody
for
who'd never
sure.
been to a Texas Roadhouse walked in there and
Yeah.
instantly inhaled peanut dust.
They think their allergy isn't that bad until they walk in the door of a Texas Roadhouse and
Yeah.
just fucking lock up.
Which,
But
by
yeah,
the way,
I go
this
ahead.
says live right now. So just so you're aware, we might just be live right now. I have no fucking
Oh, that fuck it. That's
clue.
fine. Oh,
We'll fucking
well, there
figure
we
it
go.
out.
Demonetized already. I swore 3 times. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
me too.
struggle with that one.
It is what it is.
But yeah, I was watching what was I was oh, the thing I was telling you, that I don't know how real it is, but, of course, Alex Jones is the first to come out, but saying that he's saying some congresswoman said, Anna Paulina Luna says that he was right, and, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's becoming like the thing everybody's okay with saying now. It's like Alex Jones was right.
well, I think not only that, like, and that's specifically talking on, like, the UFO thing, right? And, I don't know, it's kind of in my eyes, it's hard to deny at this point. Like, I mean, you can still deny it. You can still be, on the deep conspiracy side and say it's all the government. It's all, like which it could be, but, um,
But
I
if you're denying UFOs at this point, I feel like you're the outlier. Like
I
to say you
agree, I
don't, you
agree,
know,
yeah, and I think there was such a campaign to do that. I mean, look at the movies we watch, the whole soft disclosure side of things and,
yeah,
conditioning us, and it's just whether you believe in which we can get into, like, their demons or their, religious figures, or if you just look at the space sky and, the space sky, the Jesus, the night sky. For
yeah,
me, like, I think I am, pretty spiritual, but you know that, we can get into that another time as well, but like me looking up at the stars and knowing like, oh, okay, maybe it is a firm whatever, but it's just too vast and there's too much possibility to ever say no. There is no way there's aliens. There's no scientific or any other justification to where someone who's sane can say we are the only things, in my eyes at least.
yeah. I haven't made up my mind about it, but we are definitely 100% live right now. I don't know what I fucked up, but I hit the wrong button. So we can roll with it. or we can stop
Roll
and I
with
can
it.
delete it. Okay. Fuck it. We'll just
No,
roll
fuck it. Let's go. Gotta do it sometime.
Yeah.
And we're already
Speaking of
swearing
shit
too much
dropping out of
anyways,
the
but
sky, what'd you say?
I said we're already swearing way too much, but it's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. But speaking of shit drop out of the sky, my buddy, here, I'll pull it up real quick. But my buddy who lives up in Sandusky, he heard those, they talking about those asteroids that were
Yeah, the
coming in.
explosions.
Yeah, well, he lives up in Sandusky and he heard them. Now, I don't, it sounded, from what he said, it sounded like they were pretty loud. And in the video, they sound pretty damn loud. But
Yeah, I've seen some of the videos, but it's
Whoa, what the was that?
I would have that same, and that's during the day too. So that's pretty bright. The sound is what throws me off because
it's a really bad time for shit that looks like that to be falling out of the sky, because like my first thought would also, that's a fucking missile, right? Like,
well, part of me thinks it could be at the end of the day, and what's the easiest way to play that down if you're the government? Oh yeah, it's aliens. Like it's aliens. It's whatever, guys. Because the sound is what throws me off. Like I've been to an air show when I was younger, and a very close friend of mine, his parents worked for who was it? Not BAE. Who made Tomahawks?
I have no clue.
I
Lockheed, something like that.
one of them, but we
Yeah,
got to go to one of the air shows, and I got like pretty much on the tarmac, and they do that low pass by. I don't know how low, but they hit a sonic boom, and that shit you feel in your chest.
yeah.
And when I
Well, they said
hear
this
the
thing was
audio,
huge.
yeah, when I hear the audio of these clips, like, is the boom from a sonic boom once it gets into the atmosphere?
I I
Or
don't know. I don't know if that's when it hit or what, but they said, I don't know if it was before it broke apart or what, but they said it was like, and by the way, why is there no fucking alerts for this? Like, oh, there's a 17-ton asteroid headed for Sandusky, Ohio. Nobody
and
gets a
that's
fucking alert.
that kind of what throws me too, is that, supposedly NASA. Yeah, see, that's loud as fuck. Excuse
That's
again,
that shit that makes you
language.
walk out on. Yeah, it's whatever. That's that shit that makes you walk out on your front porch in your underwear.
Because sound takes so long to travel too. So I don't think the blast was when it hit ground. I don't think there was much of it. And again, the thought I was on was we have all this stuff watching space, all this, things up there. I'm no scientist, so I don't know the exact whatever it is, but like you said, I would have figured they'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna have if they can tell us we're gonna have a meteor shower, like how can they not say there's a 7-ton meteor that's gonna come into the atmosphere?"
Yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
that's where not to get, but that's where more and you look at videos of like Israel and in Iraq and all these missiles getting taken down. It looks just fucking like that.
yeah. I mean,
It
I
looks
don't
the
know.
same.
It's probably a good thing you're not a scientist, considering they just they just go missing. Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
they
I've
go they go.
I don't know, I mean, I know you mentioned it. Like, I've seen stuff on, like, all these propulsion experts and all these, whatever rocket scientists, whatever you wanna call them, that are just now all of a sudden that general that are just, "Yeah, let's go for a
Yeah,
hike," and then they just disappear. Like,
yeah.
that's
And
weird to me.
the thing is the woman who worked with him disappeared like 5 months ago too. So like, it's not just like
Yeah,
it's him. It's
that's
him and the other person who was leading this team who was working on this, and his wife which
wasn't there a bunch more too? Like, it's not just those two. Isn't there like
I'm sure
like
there
they're
is,
all
but they're
somewhat
the
connected?
they're the main ones that are in
Like, is
the
there anything?
in the in the news, basically.
Yeah. I'm just trying to search something up, see if I can find something.
No, you're good. But yeah, here they are. Here's those two. So she went missing last year while hiking. And then
Oh, of
this
course, that's the
guy,
first thing that pops up for me too.
yeah. And then this guy, he just went missing.
What was he? What
And
2-star? Okay.
who knows how old that picture is either, but
A major
co-inventor
general.
of they were co-inventors of key US rocket out.
Yeah,
So I
that
mean,
it's
people
just
like that just don't go missing. Like also
like the
you're a general.
synchronicities is crazy. Yeah, 2-star general.
Yeah.
Like,
You're a 2-star general. You don't show up for work. I'm pretty sure everybody freaks the fuck out. Like, how's
and
you don't just go missing.
then I think there was is that the same guy? Oh, so
Which
he
one?
was retired at the time he went missing.
Of course, they're not going to kill him when he's on active duty. That makes sense.
What was
It's like
his
let's wait
name?
till he's retired, and then we'll
He was
fuck.
the Neil McCaslin.
Yeah.
Okay, UFO expert, retired Air Force general. Yeah, that's him. Okay, so that picture is old. That picture is very old, but it's just
And
synchronicities.
then
And the thing that always gets me, and like, yeah, there is a possibility of shit, but like when it just piles up, and this is the other thing that they were talking about, was that a lot of this people, I don't know how, again, I don't really trust anything nowadays, to be honest with you, but someone was making the relation between the tungsten rods, whatever they call that theory, that weapon system,
the rods from
um
God.
rods from God,
Yeah.
that it could all line up to, the strikes on Iran, because they never flew a plane over, they were just dropping that shit. And I mean, that leads back to where I feel like that's a not stolen technology. Like, that wouldn't take too much thought to think of, like, oh, let's make a tungsten meteorite that's guided. um
Yeah, that's just like what these fucking psycho people who just anybody who gets that's like what Elon Musk and fucking Peter Thiel think of. These people who like talk about humanity like it's just something they're not a part of. Like they're not part of this. There's something different. Like, yeah, let's just put these
I mean, maybe they
fucking
are, maybe they're aliens, like,
no, they're
and
just
that,
nerds. And
and
nerds have never been a part of humanity. But now
I
they
mean,
have
I mean,
they have the power to kill us all.
I mean,
That's
I think we're both fringe nerds when it comes down to some of the stuff we're in and talk
yeah,
about.
yeah, but we're like just a part of the group. They're like they're the actual nerds.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare myself to Elon
Yeah.
Musk. That dude has a different mental disorder than I do, but
Tim Burchett, he's the one of those congressmen. You probably saw the video he did.
that's old as hell.
He's not really that old. I mean, for Congress, he's not that old. But
Okay.
he's always doing the UFO committees and whatnot. He's the one who just casually dropped that there was like 6 spots underwater that they thought there were UFO bases. But this is him
Yeah.
talking.
From Castlin's disappearance, what do you make of it?
Well, it's suspect, of course. I know a lot of folks are pointing at the UFO things because him being at Wright-Patterson over some top secret stuff is involved in some of the nuclear stuff too. I know his wife said he didn't have anything to do with any UFO research, but generally those folks don't talk about it when they do that. They're at a pretty high level of security. I was even told a few weeks back that the president was on a need-to-know basis. So I think that'll alarm a lot of people. But
What?
I just hope they find him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, also like the president being on a
Yeah, we'll
need-to-know basis.
Yeah, it's like we'll let you know when we got something for you. That's how you know that like there's something above. There's some like group of people above the president and Congress to where like you can't touch them. You don't know who they are, but they are the ones who actually.
Well, I've always thought that. Like, yeah.
And that's the thing with this whole
just
Congress shit.
Just like most of them nowadays, most countries, I feel like, you know, the royal family, it's a figurehead. The president is a figurehead. Like,
Oh, the royal family's the biggest joke ever. I don't even know why it's still a thing.
Yeah. Well, what's her name was an alien.
I mean, she lived to be like 116.
He left. He took his 38 with a holster in it, and I think his wallet.
Who carries a 38?
It just seems to me very odd that.
Look at him. That he's an older dude.
I guess, yeah.
Old dudes carry 38s. That's exactly who carries a 38. A 38 or a 1911. Those are the only two choices for people in this age.
2 world wars.
What was going on? He also, I believe they found a U.S. Air Force shirt out near the house, or I'm not sure. I heard conflicting reports that it was his or it wasn't his.
For real.
But you know, when you're trying to disappear, you're going to change your appearance. You're going to take off what you got and put something else on. So nobody really knows.
So what you're saying is either maybe he was taken or that he went of his own volition and just wanted to get off the grid?
Possibly. I've talked a lot.
No fucking shot. This dude didn't
why?
just
Why?
get up.
He wasn't a whistleblower. He wasn't like.
Yeah.
I mean,
he had
sometimes
money.
my wife.
He was
can
a
piss me
co-developer.
off, but I ain't trying to disappear.
Yeah. He's the co-developer of Rocket Alloy. He's a retired 2-star general. He didn't just decide I can't take my wife's shit.
Oh, that was the thing. So Rocket Alloy is that hard, like super hard metal, right?
I have no fucking clue. I just know it sounds cool, and he made
it. Does sound pretty cool.
For those folks
that one I was talking about.
Are a little bit afraid of, you know, being whistleblowers and things like that. Not that he was a whistleblower, but he was involved with the.
That's the thing. You're safer as a whistleblower, I think. Like you have to get out in front of it
if you do it right. Yeah, like if you keep it hush hush and then bam, just blow out of the gates and it's in everyone's face, then you might be. But it's just like this, you know. He might have even tried that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like if you're not quick about
he might have tried to be a whistleblower, and they offed him before he could. Like,
yeah.
I believe with the fellow from Blink 182, the rock band that spent a lot of time researching the UFO UAP issue with a lot of the folks that I know. So, I mean, it's all suspect, and the fact the FBI got involved with it too is something.
He saying he was talking to Tom?
I'm not sure. Let me rewind a little bit. Yeah, Tom DeLong. I'll rewind it a little bit.
As a whistleblower, but he was involved with I believe with the fellow from Blink 182, the rock band that he spent a lot of time researching the UFO UAP issue with a lot of the folks that I know. So, I mean, it's all suspect, and the fact the FBI got involved with it too is something I think that bears mentioning. There's obviously some seriousness there. They think there's some sort of federal tie in there.
Is there anything that you in your capacity as a congressman can do regarding this?
Fuck no.
I mean, we push for disclosure. We've been pushing for it, but as of yet, the federal government does not trust the American people with what they have.
Yeah, that's why they're setting up that fucking website.
And my thing is like, part of me is always like, I'd like to talk to that guy, but like, how much could he be a plant? Could he be, you know what I mean? Like, how much could you like?
Oh, I don't think he's a plant. I just think they are they're either telling them outrageous shit or they're just not telling them shit, which is what he makes.
Would he be allowed to be staying in Congress? Like someone who really knew, and not saying like, I hate to get into it, although a big part of me believes that, you know, a lot of the controlling nature of the government and everything is not for the people. You know, like it's
Yeah.
there's a controlling nature to it, and it's not always trustworthy. And you know, I try to play the fence, you know that, but would they let just if you're causing all this fuss, doesn't it seem easy to get someone out of Congress at that point? Like,
Fuck, dude, I don't know. I mean, I sent you that video early today. There's like 10 congressmen over the age of 85. I think they could just just
that's a
keep you there
conversation for
which
another
is
day.
which
Yeah,
is
that's
crazy too.
crazy.
You can't tell me
Yeah.
you love doing that shit. It's got to be
No,
these
no,
people.
well, it's
They,
also a
they're so
paycheck.
bought. They don't need more money. Nancy
I
Pelosi
know they
doesn't need any more
don't, but
money.
it's they want their Delta, you know, priority boarding passes. That
They're
was
to
just
the
taken
age where
away,
if they
by the way.
fly, well, I mean,
They'll die. Yeah.
yeah. Like if the
I
fucking
just
pressure goes out, they'll die.
and again, a conversation for another day. But term limits, age, like how many people do they really relate to? And I mean, oh yeah, wisdom comes
Right.
with age. I mean, I guess to an extent, but you're
Yeah, but when
living
you
in a
have Mitch
different age, so
McConnell
how
who
much
can't walk,
who looks like he's in another realm. He looks
yeah,
like
he's
he's
just
a skinwalker. Yeah. That dude freaks me out. Whenever I see that dude on fucking camera, it scares me.
he's
I'm
not
like,
there, but he's making decisions.
yeah,
He's got our back.
yeah.
And that's my
No,
thing is
he's
like if you're Mitch McConnell or any of those old people, because one of those dudes was like 91, you have to
I,
get out.
that
Dude,
blew
it
my
has to
mind.
be you've taken money from people so long that it's to the point to where like they're like, you can't leave. You represent us now. So you have to stay here. And I think that's
And that goes, yeah, it goes more into the lizard people overlords, you know,
yeah.
watching us. And
There's
you know, I
another
say it, I say it in jest, but at the same time, there's part of me like I wouldn't doubt shit like
well, I mean, that's what Stephen Greer believes. Or no, he
yeah,
doesn't. He's not the lizard. That's somebody else.
he's not the lizard guy.
He's not the lizard guy, I don't think. He does look like a lizard though. Like, if there's anybody who I would be convinced had lizard like was wearing a fake face and was a lizard, it would be him.
GOP suggests there might be a conspiracy play. Well, they ought to start thinking there is because the FBI shows up when the guy.
I trust anybody who talks like that.
Is he from
Anybody
he's southern, right?
Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody
Yeah.
who's got
Yeah.
a southern accent,
Yeah.
it might be a character flaw, but I tend to just trust them.
Was missing. He had some. Everybody's thinking it's UFO, but he had some nuclear secrets. There's just too many of them disappearing, Benny. I'm just like nothing happens by coincidence in this town or around this town. Something's going on. It was the week after the president announced he was going to start releasing some of those files too. So America needs to start paying attention.
Some of the UFO files.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
And
would.
that may be
Just
coincidental, but
and
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's never come out and proven, right? But we've had a history of making people disappear for different reasons. I mean, like
100%.
you
do
know,
it all the time.
in the medical field, you know, dictators, president, like, and that's a thing where sometimes I'll defend it a little, but I won't. People might hate me for it, they might not, but it's like, how do you think we've stayed in power for so long? Like, how do you think we've pushed our hand for so long? It's because we are doing these you know, covert shit and changing the outcomes of elections in other countries, you know, killing doctors for, you know, paying big pharma.
Yeah.
Again, another conversation, but and then at the end
No,
of
I
the
mean-
day, I think it could all root back to something scarier, whether it's aliens
thing is,
controlling us or
Who's doing the killing though? Like they're not just hiring hitmen. There's like an organization in whatever, the CIA.
oh
or something
yeah, no,
that
yeah,
is-
there's definitely a field team.
Like we
You could look it
100%
up.
have hit teams that are on the payroll.
I think an ex-CIA person, if I'm not mistaken, I very well could be. I'm kind of special sometimes, but comes out and says that and is like talks about there being like a meeting in the morning and like
Yeah.
names brought up and like
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
was John
we
Kiriakou. Yeah.
okay, yeah, we need to off this person, we don't, but
Yeah. But that they're talking about like people on terrorists. He was talking about like people on terrorist watch lists and shit. I'm talking about
I
like this shit.
I
Like, you
mean,
know,
if you think there's
it's the
terrorist
same.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like there's just levels to it. Now, okay, this is the global stage terrorist names. Now let's move into, you know, stuff that's bought almost, quote unquote. This doctor, this scientist, we need to, you know, we need to get rid of them. We need to
Yeah, that's a
and
heavy
that's
vetting process.
oh, for sure, but also it's the same thing. They once you agree to one, they have you.
Yeah. Yeah. But
They have
like,
you. You're going to go down for murdering this person. Your family's going to die. You're like, okay, and we're paying you all this money. Just keep
you
your mouth
can't,
shut.
I've never seen these jobs on Indeed. I've never once seen political executioner on Indeed. Like, there's
Of course not. What they
you
probably do is vet
no, they
through
probably get
fucking
them from prisons. They probably already get serial killers like, listen,
that.
you want to keep
That's a good
doing
point.
what you love. You want to keep
My
doing
my
what you
belief would
love.
be more that they peruse, you know, field operatives from CIA,
Oh yeah,
Delta, and
for
guys that are
sure.
a little out there. Like,
For
okay, he's been on
sure.
the team, he passed the psychological exam, like whatever. But there's something a
How,
little off with this guy. He enjoys this a little too much. And they're like, that's our guy. We
yeah.
want him.
How many of those dudes go on podcasts and just talk about fucking blowing up
What?
villages like it was the time of their life?
I'm getting off subject, but I don't know if you ever watched this dude. You have to stop sharing.
Okay.
I mean, I don't need to share it, but he was on YouTube and stuff, and he made gas from plastic.
Oh, he's dead.
He had videos out there. He's missing.
He came back
And
though.
it's saying fans. Oh, did he? I okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not.
it's funner to say they killed him. So let's just stick with that.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. They murdered him actually.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all weird, and you know we
I'm
can dive as deep as we want into that, but
but I mean, dude, when I see some of those dudes talk, like what's the one guy's name? The dude who always talked about how he did a bunch of single man missions. You know who I'm talking about. The like sheriff of Baghdad or whatever.
oh yeah, those what's his name? I forget
I
his
don't know.
name now.
But
Ex
anyway,
Delta guy.
yeah. That dude
He was
talks
like
about killing
80 working in the Iraq push, and he was like 80 at the time.
no. Different guy.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, that guy talks about killing people like it's the time of his life. And I think if you called him up and was like, "Hey, you know, this guy's a threat to America. We need him gone, and we'll slip you. We'll slip you $1 million." He's doing it.
Oh, for
'Cause,
sure. And
you
some
know
of them are so
that goes back to that.
brainwashed.
Yeah,
You
dude,
go back to the America thing, you're doing it for the country.
you're doing it for the country. And the thing is it also goes back to like I don't think they're brainwashed as much as they are when you get to that level, like Delta Force, even SF dudes. They have a lot in common with just psychopaths, sociopaths.
Well,
Like,
especially the small teams guys, like the capture
yeah,
and kill guys. Like, you know, we all know there's levels to SF. Like,
yeah. Like if they weren't in the military, they would still be killing people.
yeah.
You know.
I just found it. There was more. So it was the MIT guy. He was a plasma physicist. He was killed. A Caltech astrophysicist was murdered, and then the Air Force general and his you know, counterpart were all. She was killed earlier, but the three of them were all killed within weeks of each other.
Really?
And you know, again, he was involved with the UFO programs. There's the
Dude, I
talk
think
of like the missiles and stuff, which, or not the
I th-
missiles, but the rods of God or whatever you call them, God's rod, you know.
yeah, I think they're getting ready to unlock the alien one. I don't think you get to unlock it till World War III. I think once you start World War III, you unlock alien invasion, and then they get to drop that
And
on
I
us.
think they're holding so much in their pocket. And you know, I think part of that could be from, because when you talk about aliens, like for me, I have a view on it. I think it was Stephen Hawkins or something, but I think he was the one who said, you know, what terrifies him about aliens is they view us like we view ants. Like you just look at them and be like, we want to destroy that. Like it's not hard. You know, you can just kill them all.
Yeah, especially when they're paralyzed in a wheelchair.
And
Yeah,
then,
Stephen.
but
He also
part,
thinks that way about everybody because everybody in the world could have killed Stephen Hawking.
yeah, I mean, that
You are a threat.
I guess there is some kind of stress around that, but also I like, if I think of it on like a grander scale, there's the groups, there's probably more than one, right? More than one group. We got grays, you know, reptile, whatever, reptilians.
Yeah, it's a lot scarier to think that there's just one who fucking controls everything, and
Yeah,
they're just waiting till we're a challenge.
but I think there's a lot that's, you know, I could almost relate it to, you know, there's points where you're going on scenic drives, right? And you can like overlook something, but that's all you're doing. You might stop and look and go, "Oh, wow." But you're not going down there. You're not, you know. So I think, you know, there's quite possibly groups that just do that. And you know, that's more of the space side of shit where you see where they're just coming by and looking and going, "Oh, look at these silly
Yeah,
ape like creatures just, you know, throwing nuclear bomb, whatever, you know." And then there's the ones that are more invested in maybe a
well,
genetic experiment.
a lot of the
Us.
stuff that's came out in the last, I would say, 5 years makes it seem like they come from the water. They're not coming from space. They're terrestrial.
Well, yes, but I don't know if that's fully like, where else would they hide if they set up a fob?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the best place they could set that up? And especially if they're traveling light years of space, the technology they have, yeah, let's hide in the deepest, darkest part of the ocean because we know they're, you know, and we can camouflage. So if they get down there, it's not people actually poking around. It's some,
Right?
you know, camera in a sub just looking. And so it would make sense that's where their base of operation would be.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you
I'm,
can get into, you know, Antarctica and Hollow Earth and hey, at this point, maybe that's an option too.
what's crazier, Hollow Earth or flat Earth? It's gotta be Hollow Earth.
uh, that's a tough one. I think Hollow Earth is crazier.
It's funner
Um,
though.
it's yeah, for sure. It's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
the upside down. Yeah, there's
Yeah, yeah. But I
you
mean,
have an
there's not
extra
to
50
say like
bucks.
there's the Hollow Earth, or is there some massive cavern up in Antarctica? And it's not. And again, it's just more of like a fob, or it's more of a very specific, you know, ancient
Yeah.
Anunnaki
It,
or
what
that
was it,
just
Admiral
fled
Byrd?
there. Yeah, Admiral Byrd. Yep.
Yeah.
And I never knew for the longest time. Like I thought he only went like twice or something,
No, he
but
went a
he
couple
went
times, I think.
back and he went like four times.
And
In
I don't know how
in
many
his
times, but I know
first,
the one was a huge expedition.
well, I think his first two were unfunded. It's, again, don't quote me on this. I don't. I'm not that smart, but I think his first two were unfunded, and his second two were funded by the government. And the
I didn't
government
know
put
that.
all this stipulation on him and sent all this. They sent like, w- again, I don't know. This is shit I should have pulled up. I'll get better at that. But like 2,000 men with him, like
Oh yeah, it was a bunch of people.
Yeah.
and it was like a few ships, several planes. Like it wasn't just like this was one dude on a plane flying. Like there was a bunch of people involved. But I think that could also go to discredit it because like you're telling me he's the only person who kept a fucking journal of this, you know?
And the thing is too, like the journal stuff is always hard for me.
Yeah.
Like how he put in all that work, did all this, and then I'm sure he made good money, but like at the end he might have been told to shut up and been told to okay, that's it, and he might have felt, well, I feel like I deserve more for what I did.
Yeah,
And
you
then
also
he
got to remember
comes up
the
with a completely fictitious fucking journal and sells it in
right,
hope.
but the other thing is like I don't think anybody's worried about him saying shit back then. It's not like it is nowadays. Not every because he said
Well,
that
no
shit
one would
like
believe
the
him.
50s. Well,
Five. He went 5 times.
not even that, but I think when he released that shit, it was like in the 50s. How many people are actually seeing it on TV? You know,
Well, and it was so far-fetched then too. It
yeah,
wasn't like today where he could have come out and said that and people are gonna go, oh yeah, sure, okay.
that's
Today
logical.
people would be like, oh wait, I don't know if that's what you were trying to say, but yeah, from 1928 to 1955 he had 5 expeditions. That's
Okay.
crazy. Yeah. So I wasn't too far off.
Did you see
But it
this?
just
I
it
saw
all
this.
leads to like, I think they've been here, whatever they are. If they're
Well,
or
they've always said with the in some of these not the briefing. Sorry, but when Bob Lazar was on Joe Rogan, he said at least a few of them were archaeological finds. So like they had been here for a while.
yeah. And that's what I mean. And that's where it goes into, like, I call it Prometheus, like the movie. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If not, a Nordic style alien comes and puts stuff in the water and like boom, life is sparked as we know, whatever. And it's like
It's like a
that
bath
fascinates
bomb.
me a lot because of like a fucking, yeah, excuse my language, sorry. But that fascinates me a lot. And whether, you can get into, there's people that claim they found the missing link and that they were blacklisted and shut down and the whole 9 yards. But that fascinates me if we're like a genetic experiment and the jump in
See, I think all
the jump in like genetics is someone coming and saying, I see these apes. Let's see if we can, do. And who's it? Like, you see how scientists act with us, like humans, like they push the
yeah.
envelope. Like what? It's not that far-fetched to think some cosmic traveler comes and is like, oh, look at these apes. It's just animals. There's not like truly sentient beings here. Let me add a little salt and pepper into this, and
Yeah.
boom.
I don't know. I kind of think that type of shit is just to convince us we're not as special as we are.
I mean, yeah.
That's
and
where I
that's,
come from.
why my brain's left me. I was going to say the other one. Against religion. Help me out here. Why am I drawing a mind blank? You don't
Don't
believe
know.
in religion. It's an easy word.
Atheist?
Atheist. Like that type of view. And, that's again a whole nother conversation. But then, we know how powerful the church is and Christianity, Judaism, all of it is.
Yeah.
That could lead you into the talk of, well, they've hidden the missing link because they don't want science backed saying we came from apes.
Maybe.
because
I
that
mean,
that would break too many people. But that's another conversation.
yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
like I like to think about that side of us where we're just a genetic experiment, and that's why they're watching and they're guiding us. Like, oh, dying
yeah.
civilization,
I don't. I don't
Superman
like
type
think. I
shit.
don't like thinking about that as all. Like that at all. I don't like the idea that we're like dogs and they're dog breeders. That's just terrifying.
Oh, I would
Because
like
they're
to
not good
think.
at it either.
I don't. I mean, yeah. Well, look how much they've screwed up over the time.
My
Over,
back hurts all the time. They're not good at
but,
this.
yeah. You know,
But I wanted to show you this clip. First off,
yeah,
I gotta
this
say,
fucking guy.
dude, I don't know if he's
$2
always been.
billion.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, and that was in 1992. But anyways, I don't know if this guy's always been bought out because his early stuff, like the shit he did in like 2001, where he just brought a bunch of whistleblowers out, that was legit shit. But since then, it's just like he's fucking crazy, or not even crazy. He just says outlandish shit. He tries to sell this stupid app, which I'll show you a video of that. It's hilarious. He just tries to get crazy white women to do Doctor Strange magic. But yeah, listen to
Opening
what this
fucking
nut job
portals.
says.
General Stubblebine in '92,
Oh, that's
after
low.
we had this
Yeah, thank you.
on the beach, he
Too low.
personally offered me $2 billion if I would be quiet and work with his operation on this. And that was a serious offer. That was when $1 billion was a lot of money. It was a lot of money.
Hold
now,
on.
$1 billion is a lot of money, whether it was in
Then or now.
1792 or fucking now.
Yeah.
And also,
It's
you're an
just-
idiot if you turn that down. He turned that
I
down
mean,
to
yeah.
fucking yeah.
$1 billion
like
in
almost
2023
perpetual wealth.
is a lot
That's
of
not
money.
generational.
You were
That's
offered
not. That's
$2 billion.
ever standing wealth.
Yeah, that's fucking
If you
buy
treat
a
it
third
properly,
world
you know?
country wealth.
Yeah, or just put it in.
and he went behind my back to my wife,
if
tried
you're
to
smart
convince
enough.
her for me to accept it. And I said, no, thank you. I'm not going to be an asset, and I don't care about your money.
He doesn't care about their money. Also, isn't it cheaper to just kill him? Like it's 1992.
$2 billion in 1992. It is definitely cheaper, especially back then. It was still kind
Yeah.
of out there on the outskirts of,
Yeah, nobody knew who
r-
Stephen Greer was.
yeah,
Yeah,
just disappear them, like plane crash them. It's
and
just,
I kind of looked at I kind of looked into this because I was wondering if he just made this shit up. So by looked into it, I mean I fucking started Googling it and having fucking Grok look shit up. Because one, I didn't know who the fuck Stubblebine was.
you're part of the problem.
I know. And then I was like, I bet you he just started saying this shit after this guy died. But he didn't. Apparently he's been saying it. And the Stubblebine guy never fucking came out and said he was lying. So
Who the
I
fuck
don't
is who the that sounds like a Project Paperclip name right there.
well, listen to him, dude. He was the commanding general of the U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Command, 1981 to 84. And in the UF disclosure community, Stephen Greer talks about him, basically. Apparently, he was MACV SAW also in the 25th Infantry Division.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's got a Legion of Merit and a Bronze Star. What a guy.
Unbelievable.
And then he was one of those dudes, and this is something I've heard people talk about when they talk about him, is he was one of those people who got pulled in.
God, the aliens are there now. Watch out.
Dude, I got
The
scared.
fucking gray shows up behind you.
Yeah, right now my birds are, I don't know, having sex or something. But he was one of those dudes who was in the Stargate thing, you know, the men who stare at goats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this dude. That's this Stubblebine guy. Required all his battalion. Listen to this. Required all his battalion commanders to learn Yuri Geller style spoon bending. That was his sergeant's time training.
Yo,
They had to learn
teach that shit to me, dude. That's
Yeah.
it just I don't know why you just made me think of this, and I don't have to. But there is a weird video. I think it's out of some It's definitely out of a Spanish speaking country. Oh, it's older than I thought, but it was a cool video of where a dude's looking around his house, and it's a little odd. Like the video is a little weird, but it looks like there's a gray there. It looks pretty cool. That's like cloaking, but like you can just kind of like see it, and
It's
that's
like,
where
oh no, that's like
predator cloaking.
Yeah, no. Well, that was like in that missing 411 document where those hillbillies were talking about. Those are my people, by the way. And hillbillies
I
were
know.
talking about there was a fucking creature cloaked in a tree.
Yeah, no, like I'd shit myself and die.
Yeah, I have to tell
Like,
everybody I know about that, or else I'm not
Like
going
I like to think I'm pretty forward thinking on this stuff, but if I'm in the fucking woods in Appalachia or whatever, and I see that shit, like I'm defensive pooping my skunk spray and either dying or just I'm throwing you on the ground. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I
it's
would.
you or me at that point.
I think I would rather see a cloaked creature in a tree than I would Stephen Greer in a tree. That would scare me even more. Like if he was up in a tree.
No, that would not scare me more. Like
It would scare me.
people-
No, dude. He's wearing. Look
Even-
at this. Look at that guy. Let me share
Even
this.
psychotic people, like it doesn't scare me as much as something that can like dark skies me, just and I lock
I
up,
think
and
he,
then they just
I think he can
come
do
in,
the
like,
same thing.
fondle my balls while I'm,
But remember how he said he declined $2 billion? He doesn't care about the
Yeah.
money. Well, here
Mhm.
he is. This is from him. This isn't somebody making something up. It says ET flying spear
$50
retrieved
to
in
be there in
Colombia,
person.
South America. It's carbon
That's those
dated.
new ones. Yeah.
First off,
Well, supposedly the resin was carbon dated. They couldn't
First
carbon
off.
date.
that can 100% be made by a person.
Oh, for sure.
Also, if you don't need money, why are you charging $50 for people to fucking come
Well,
see your
what-
stupid orb?
He's not what he was before. He's scratching for money now, and this is where a lot of these people come out to be kind of, all right, this guy may have been bullshitting the whole time, because all of a sudden they start money because they live this lifestyle, right?
Well, that's my thing. I think he
And-
got the money, and his money is to do stupid shit like this because he started out, bringing out all those whistleblowers, talking about it, and now he does this shit to where he has this app you have to pay $10 for, and you can summon UFOs.
Yeah, that's wild.
want-
Was this one of the things that they supposedly found with like the crystal skulls and stuff? I saw some video circulating that, like, I don't know if it was Mexico or
By the
in
way,
South America, where they were unearthing like Indiana Jones, like crystal skulls and stuff.
I don't know. I remember Dan Aykroyd was talking about that on the Joe Rogan podcast, which how Dan Aykroyd became the Crystal Skull guy is beyond me. If anything you want in this world.
It's
But
because Ghostbusters, man. Ghostbusters just let him there, right? He was in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
No? Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I was second guessing myself there.
He's got to let the hair go. This is crazy. That's crazy.
Like, I have thin hair, but if I get to that point, I'm going bald.
He has a yarmulke on. Like if you just look at the
Like,
shape of it.
talk about a fucking forehead. It goes past his forehead. His forehead isn't that big. It's just half the top of his skull is showing.
Yeah.
But let me show you this video I was talking about,
All
because
right,
it's
all right. Let me stop sharing.
real or fake. It's it would still give me fucking I would still not be happy. Let's see. I guess this one. Yeah. All right, let me go live. Let me go full screen. How do I make it full screen? Oh, there we go.
Right there.
All right. Is that too loud or is it good?
It's okay.
Okay. I gotta take off my glasses for this. Just give it a minute. But like, I would shit. I would not be standing there going, talk like, no mames. Like,
No te mames.
What the fuck? It's kind of hard to
I'm
see. Oh, okay.
Mira,
I see.
mira,
just wait. It gets better. Yeah.
mira y le brillan los brazos, güey. Mira,
Do you have it full screened in the stream?
Yeah.
You can right click it
mira
and full
eso,
screen
güey.
it.
Fuck no.
Mira, mira cómo brilla, mira cómo brilla. No te mames.
I would not still be standing there.
No te mames, mira cómo brilla.
You gotta run up there and
Look,
punch it. That's
look,
the only thing you
look,
can
look.
do.
And then at dark skies, you just lock up.
You don't have an option. I try to haze.
I mean,
it.
I'd feel pretty ballsy after that though. Like if it's just standing there and not making a move while I'm standing, I'd be like, okay, maybe this isn't as like look at that fucking thing. It almost
No
looks
te
like a
mames, mira
balloon.
cómo se está. Mira
Yeah,
Like
cómo
the
se
head is a
está.
balloon. Do you see how it's like
Mira,
moving
se-
left and right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to see it. I don't want to ever.
Or
Ve cómo
it
mueve su
almost looks
cabeza,
like
ve.
don't do it, dude.
No
Don't
mames,
I want
güey.
to. I want to see
Ve cómo se
Bigfoot. I
materializa.
never want
Mira
to see
eso,
an
no
alien.
manches, güey.
Ever.
Do you want to see Bigfoot in person?
Yes. From a
No.
distance. From a distance.
Like what are you calling a distance? 300 meters?
500.
300 yards? Okay.
500
all
meters
right.
in an open field.
I can get behind that. 500.
I need to
is
just be
better
able to
than
look
3,
at it.
yeah.
I need to be able to look at it and know it's.
See it with your own 2 eyes and be like,
I don't want to ever see an alien.
but I don't ever want to come into like close contact with a Bigfoot.
No.
Like what's his name? Survivor Man, Les Stroud.
Yeah. No, thank
The
you.
audio clip from one of the guys he went, I think it was in British Columbia.
Which, by the way, shout out to him.
I mean, I love Les Stroud.
But if there's anybody, he's got to be the most credible witness ever.
He seems to be, yeah. Like he doesn't seem to really glorify it. He and he has his own but the specific, I think it was his like Finding Bigfoot series or something along that line. The dude gives them the audio clip, and again, it's third party. It could be fake as hell, but it sounds like the dude is scared and he's screaming. Like if you haven't heard the audio clip, it's pretty weird.
Oh,
He's like, you can
I
hear,
remember watching.
Yeah.
I
and
watched
these
that
things
shit
are
live.
around him. Yeah. No. 500 meters is fine with me.
They've tried to. I've seen stuff where they try to say that guy was faking it, but like he lives out.
It didn't sound like it, man. His voice was cracking, and that sounded like he was terrified. So maybe he's just a really good actor. But
the thing is, there was shit happening.
Like this man was shook.
There was shit happening when Les Stroud was out there, and they live out.
Yeah,
like he had him out in the middle of fucking nowhere. The amount of planning and people that would take, there's no fucking way.
Yeah. And that goes back to the other thing related to the whole Ohio things, is all the Bigfoot sightings that have supposedly been coming out of Ohio. And they're like, well, is it relating to that celestial event to where, you know, and
we always have a bunch though. Like
yeah.
Salt Fort Lake is
yeah, but you butt up right against the Appalachians, right?
Yeah, I mean we have a bunch of sightings. I bet you we're in like probably the top 5 states in the nation.
Like I knew, but I never really put it together. Is like Maryland has a shit. I think it's or Michigan.
I'm sure.
Michigan.
I'm sure. Yeah, Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Yeah, I'm sure they're all over there.
What was that?
What?
Michigan?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just how we say it down here. But yeah, they're all over Ohio. It's because, it's like a habitat thing. They like
No, it's
being
just
they,
you.
no,
It's
they
just
enjoy
people
roller
like you.
dogs. We have a lot more truck stops, and Sasquatch
Ro-
likes roller dogs.
Roller dogs? No, they like the um Freemason roller dogs.
Yeah, okay, I forgot about that. We gotta save that. I forget about that more than you guys do, and it happened 5 miles.
Oh, yeah, it's because we were there going, what the
I didn't pay him any mind. We're off topic. We're off topic.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, back to Stephen Greer, because I'm not done talking about this guy. So he went on Joe Rogan. It's probably 15 years ago, and Joe Rogan since then has said he gets the feeling he's full of shit. But I found this clip to be hilarious because Stephen Greer's like, he had to make a deal to never have me on again. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure he just thinks you're a fucking nut job.
Yeah, he's
Because Joe Rogan's always talking about fucking aliens. But yeah,
what you'll find is that the people who actually know all the truth about this will not be allowed to speak about it on large platforms. Like I was on Joe Rogan back in 2013 or something. And in order for him to get his $100 million, they had to take my interview out of the lineup. Right?
Yeah.
his mouth looks way too big. It kind of freaks me out.
Yeah. His proportions.
That dude could fit fucking 12 roller dogs in his mouth at the same time.
Yeah. Or a head of lettuce.
Oh, jeez.
Eats the whole thing.
Raw cabbage.
But what a stupid thing to say. Like Joe Rogan he has a different UFO person on like once a month. And he had to take Stephen Greer out of the
he's
line.
not afraid to go out there. You know what I mean? Like with I love a lot of the people he has on, but what's his name?
He's had Sam Tripoli on like twice this year.
I mean, who's the other guy? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But he has some out there guys that come on and they're hilarious. He has them on with Alex Jones and they get each other riled up. Or he gets Alex
Eddie
Jones.
Bravo.
Eddie Bravo, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Eddie Bravo. Eddie Bravo was the man.
Yeah. This dude's just not that entertaining at the end of the day. He's just making all this stuff and he has the right to do that. You know, if he thinks he's bullshit, okay. He doesn't need to have you on. It's his show. Like, just because you want to go on and say this stuff, he might have gotten a bad feeling about you, and that's his decision to make.
Yeah.
People are just too soft. Like,
I've never understood that. It's like you're upset because somebody won't have you on their platform.
Yeah, you're upset because you think you should be on there. That it doesn't matter what you think. It's not your show. And people are so soft nowadays.
And the thing is like all these congressional hearings, nobody ever mentions Stephen Greer. I don't ever hear him mentioned. It's because he's went on this wacky fucking journey of summoning UFOs.
And I think even if it maybe originally he was legit and he was, but then, you know, you chase it. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm becoming some people, I'm becoming less relevant. I'm becoming, and then, oh, let's do this, let's trace it. And then you're saying wilder, and you could believe it. And even if there's a kind of an importance to throttling things. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're looking for long term, and if you just come all the way out, and then these people get this success and this notoriety and all this stuff, and then it's gone. Okay, accept it. But then they go, oh, let's make an app where you can summon UFOs. Like, okay.
Well, part of me also thinks too is like, if he developed this himself and you are the government, you would just, and you know what he thinks is wrong, but he has his platform because for a long time he was like the UFO guy. Like in the early days of YouTube, you would just feed him bullshit.
Yep.
You just feed him bullshit.
Here's some declassified documents. Oh, send in someone that says, oh, I am CIA. Oh, and even if you are, here's the credentials. I'm active, you know, and I slipped this out just for you, Stephen. Like, you know what I mean? And there is something to think that he'd okay, and put it, excuse me, put it out there, and that's you know the whole belief on the disinformation campaign that they've run for years of where, you know, which could lead to it too, is someone comes out with credible stuff, but then the
Yeah, and
government just smears them, you know, smear campaign. They're crazy. They're doing this, and then mock them, and then, you know, build off what they're saying to make it all seem crazy.
you know,
So there is that aspect to it too. And, you know, I like to try to see it from both sides, but a lot of what he says nowadays in what he's doing, like the whole app thing, the whole $50 to come see it in person thing, that doesn't scream to me like very trustworthy. You know what I
no,
mean? Like,
no. You want to talk to? I'll prove you guys aliens there exist, but you gotta give
e-
me $10 a month.
exactly. It's like if you're really, you know, in it for the game, you know, if you're not doing it for the money. And
Yeah,
I think that's what corrupts some of these people because they are originally in it for the game. They're
yep.
in it to
And they
expose
get the
this stuff.
money.
And then the money comes and then they go, "Oh wait, money is nice. I don't have to worry about paying my bills. I don't have to worry about my kids." I mean, we all know it's
Well, that's like we were talking about this the other day. Bob Lazar's got another documentary coming out.
yeah,
What more do
yeah,
we have to learn from the fucking Bob Lazar story?
exactly. And it's just and that's when it starts screaming money grab. You know, like
But I mean, he's never switched up, so whatever. If Bob
he
Lazar gets more
hasn't.
money, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same
I
time,
like
it's like
Bob Lazar. I think
he's
he's,
not
you know,
producing it. Somebody else is
he's
trying to get money off.
they probably paid him. They probably bought his story. You know, here's and it probably wasn't that much if you really think about it. Here's a couple $1,000,000. We want the rights to your autobiography, your story. And he's probably like,
Yeah,
"Sure, man. Like I don't." He's old enough now, and he's you know he has it's not United Mechanical. I don't think it really does that much business, but it's probably enough to pay his bills comfortably.
yeah,
Um, and he's just like, screw it. I mean, I would. I'd be like, at this point, sure. Another $2 million, I'll put it in a living trust or whatever, and my kids can have it. Or my grandkids can have it. Screw it. There's 2 million. It can grow until my grandkids get 30 years old. Like,
yeah.
and I'll never
Bob
fully
Lazar.
fault someone for in today's day and age trying to squeeze a little extra out.
Sure. And Bob
Um,
Lazar strikes me as the type of dude who like he doesn't even care to talk about it anymore. Like he's got hobbies, you know.
yeah, he's done with it.
He's got shit he's interested in. Stephen Greer strikes me as the dude who doesn't. I don't think he has any hobbies.
Well,
Maybe
and
like listening to Smash Mouth and lettuce eating contest or something. But
and you know Bob Lazar too, and I think Greer has like an occult following, but like
yeah, I have a video. It's
imagine
definitely a cult following.
yeah, imagine like what the original Bob Lazar sport model drawing. I think it was the sport model, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drawing would probably auction for right now. If he even has it. He probably doesn't have it at this point, but
I never even thought about that.
like I bet you because there's some mega nerds out there, you know, like if I
We were
had the
just
money,
talking about
hey,
him, Joe
yeah,
Rogan. He would pay
uh,
stupid money for that.
yeah, like if I had fuck you money, like yeah, I'd pay to have it hanging on the wall right behind me. Like, yeah, that's the original, you know, drawing.
Well,
Just cause like
you said something pretty interesting I want to touch on before I forget it about them feeding you disinformation on purpose. That's what Bill Cooper said in Behold a Pale Horse. Remember, because he
yeah.
wrote Behold a Pale Horse and there's a bunch of alien stuff in there. And then he came out and he said, I believe that they were just feeding me that. I don't believe that anymore.
Yeah. You
And then
don't
they
believe
shot him in
that?
his driveway.
Oh, I thought you were
No,
saying
that's what
you
he
don't.
was saying.
Okay. He was saying he didn't believe in disinformation or
No. He's saying that in his
they
book,
took
he wrote a
okay.
bunch of alien stuff and he did see stuff because he worked in a submarine. He said he had seen stuff.
Yeah.
out there on the seas. But a lot of the stuff that he was getting fed, he said he believes he was just getting fed disinformation.
And that's where I think it would be tough. Like being these big names and having these people come to you and like vetting it. Like and I think that comes into a lot of like intuition and interpersonal skills. Like, is this, but then there's people that are so good at it, so good at lying, so good at acting that like you could be like, yeah, he sounds legit. But I think there's been so much garbage pumped into the system because of disinformation for so long that even
It,
someone as like me, like as a hobby, I'm no expert. I don't claim to be any of that, but I like, digging into it, looking into it here and there. I don't spend that much time on it, but I do, you know, I just feel like the regular person, even some of these experts, there's just it's flooded on purpose with so much information that
yeah,
maybe I would say more than two, but maybe 20% is real and the rest is just
right. And that,
go ahead.
oh, I was going to say, and I don't even think they have to be feeding disinformation. We live in a day and age where everybody
Not
really
anymore. No,
can
I
talk
agree with
about
that.
everything.
Yeah.
Anybody, dude, I remember back in uncensored YouTube, I remember coming across a video of some crazy woman with several thousand subscribers saying that only 1 in 60,000 people were real people and the other ones were reptilians.
Well, that's the thing that
You
it's
can just let people
interesting.
like that talk.
I want to run a thermal out in public now because a guy who has a lot of interesting stuff to say. I don't really know how I feel about him right now. He's definitely smart. He's definitely well traveled. But big homie CC, if you haven't looked into him. But he started in personal security or something along those lines, and made a living doing that, and then went more into UFOs and ghosts and the whole 9 yards. But he talks about running a thermal, and I've since then, I mean, algorithm, whatever it is, I've seen other things of like run a thermal and walk down the street and see what you see. That's
You
what it was.
saying like,
The more recent one I saw was someone looking into Kingsguard or whatever in the UK, and he's showing all the people, like the people out there are hitting on thermal and guards out front, but the guards like back through the fence at the building were not hitting on thermal. And for me, that could very possibly be they're not real people. They're just mannequins out there to look like, because
somebody
no
in the
one's
chat just corrected you and said Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace. Thank you. I can't see the chat. I wish I could.
We'll have to fix that. It's the
Yeah.
first day, guys.
Yeah, sorry. But
See, I don't want to.
I think a big
I
part
have
of
a
it,
thermal, but I don't want to do that.
I know.
I don't.
That's the-
What if you pull
Well-
it up in your house and your wife isn't on?
I'm burning it down. I'm taking the
Dude.
kids dead. Just
I don't wanna
scorched
do
earth
it.
policy.
It would be a good
and that-
opportunity for me to use my thermal.
but that leads you into
I
the
forget.
conversation that like you're pretty open to it, right? But it would
Yeah.
still fry your brain.
Yeah,
Like
dude,
having
the
that
la-
in your
the-
face, being like, "Oh shit! Like this is this is legitimately happening right now, and I don't know I don't know how to process it."
Once I see that, I have to walk around everywhere I go, but the rest of my life with a thermal.
Yeah, and that's where and it could be the movies, and I love alien movies. I always will, always have since I was a little kid, but it could push towards the soft disclosure side of things, where they've been conditioning us to be like, oh, aliens, oh, okay, like more so when you take people. Did I lose connection?
No, you're still here.
Okay. But you go back into 60s, 70s and stuff, like it would melt people's brains back then. I think like they could not handle it if they came out back then and and were like, yeah, they are here. Yeah, this is legitimate. People would just lock up. Like,
Yeah, I agree. Like Freddie working at the sawmill in the 70s would probably be more freaked out than me, but it's only a little bit more. Like I believe in aliens, but at the end of the day, if I saw one,
if it's in
I'm
your face, yeah.
it doesn't have to be in my face. If I
But I
see
mean,
it
like,
on the
it's
if I see it on the news, just fucking walk out. I'm that I don't need to see any more.
excuse
All
me.
right, you showed me
But
all.
it's still the news. I'm too
I want them
distrustful.
segregated. Okay, I
He's,
don't want them
what
near
does
me.
that even qualify as? Not racist.
I don't
The
know.
fucking-
I don't know, but I want them segregated. I don't want them near
No,
me. I
like,
don't want them in my neighborhood. All right. I want
that's, but I
alien
would
segregation.
feel a little more comfortable than like that video I put up of a you know, if it was real, a gray outside my house just standing there. Fuck, that I would have a
For
serious
5
issue with.
minutes.
But I think it would be a little more easier for my brain to comprehend is that they're here and clearly they've been here. You know what I mean? Like clearly this
Yeah.
alien isn't here to touch my booty hole and bring me on a spaceship and, you know, do weird things to me. Clearly they're
No.
here. Yeah, maybe there's some deeper, darker aspect to it, but like I ain't getting a needle shoved in my eye with a body condom on, just being held down. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
dude.
I
I don't
think it would
trust
be
them.
in the moment easier in that
I
aspect
don't
than it would be popping my head out my door and this fucking thing staring at me like, nope. And I'm shooting, and
no.
that's the problem.
I don't agree. I don't agree. If I see an alien, I don't care if it's on the news, at a press conference, or they show up at my house. I know they're a bad guy. I have no. I don't want them near me. I don't want them near me
No, I'll agree. I don't want them near me, and it would
because I
make
don't
me
believe them. Dude,
it would make me uncomfortable. But I would not.
uncomfortable is not the word.
Dude, if I
Public
walked out,
speaking makes
it's,
me uncomfortable.
to me, it's different though. Like if I walked out my back door and saw that gray thing sitting there, I'd make noises and do weird shit, and I don't know
Yes,
what I would do.
I would be more scared, but I would also be equally frightened if there was one on the news and they're like, "Yeah, they've always been here." Then it's like,
Yes, but I think it would be a slow burn compared to a slap in the face, where it's where your brain in us, I think now, like, and this is where again going back to where I compared it to the
you're
70s,
stressing me
60s,
out.
50s, 40s, where back then, even if it was on the news or it was different, right? It would have that same zoom trigger, bam, like in your face. Whereas today, yeah, walking out your front door and having one staring at you in the corner would have that effect. But if all of a sudden you were told it was disclosed they're here and they've been here, it wouldn't be that bam, bam, bam. It would be an easier in your head to process. It wouldn't be,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, it would be easier to process, but I think once you have time to
still
digest it,
frightening. Yes.
it doesn't go away because then it's like, what the fuck have they been doing here? Hold on, I remember reading that thing about them putting things in people's butts. Did you guys do that? Like, why did they not mention that at the press conference?
They're like, yeah,
Is
we
that a
just couldn't
lie?
tell you at the time. They've been touching
Yeah,
your butts. They've been touching them.
it would be
They've
just
been
like dealing
doing
with
weird things.
politicians.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're
It's
not going to address the fucking the
and look
butt
at how
stuff.
we react to it though.
Yeah,
The same
I
thing.
don't want them
Oh, so
around
they're
me.
just taking kids on this island and doing heinous shit to them? Yeah, we're mad. Okay, well, you were also taken onto ships and they fondled your butthole. Like, yeah, no, like, I'm mad, and no one does anything. You know what I mean? So,
I don't want them around me. I don't want them around me.
you're gonna get some, you know. I
I don't think we'll ever.
just yet. You're gonna get some multicolored 20-year-old lady in here, white lady in here, that's gonna get mad at you for being I don't, it's not racist. What is it? What is it?
I don't know.
What do you even call it?
People who are, I don't know.
Nope. Now
People
we
who
gotta
don't
come
like
up with the
aliens.
term. Yeah. You want
Normal. That's what it is.
segregation.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's called being normal.
Yeah, but you know, some fucking 20-year-old white chick
And they're wrong.
at Berkeley will get very upset with you and call you a horrible person because you want segregation of aliens.
And you know what?
Literal alien.
Yes, and I want full segregation.
I want them off my goddamn planet.
Yeah, I don't want them around me. I want to have the legal authority to beat them if they come, you know.
But then they're the dark skies type. You think you have the authority to do it, and then they just lock you up. Yeah.
I'm back. Well,
Was it the
another
alien?
thing. Yes, it was. It was the little one.
Oh,
But another thing, and I got to show this. This shit is what pisses me off, and this is why I don't even think they keep saying we're going to get disclosure soon. We're going to get disclosure soon, and I think they've been saying that for 5 fucking years.
well, I think it's been a slow rollout too. Like, yeah,
But when
here's these UAPs. Here's this.
When we have people like Lou Elizondo, which, I mean, maybe he's doing the best he can.
There were some that were.
but,
I mean,
You talk about people.
like when you come out here and you say, "Oh man, I wish I could share it." Fuck you, share it. We're never going to get anywhere until we put people's feet to the fire. Like, if you have all, what are you doing by not sharing it? You know the government's going to drag their feet. They're not going to give you the legit stuff. So let me play this.
One of these gradual guys, like where you gradually
oh,
start.
brother,
to come to truth.
yes, that's just one. I mean, there were some that were. I mean, there's one I really wish I could talk about. It was in 4K ultra high definition video.
Lower it just a hair.
Video, and there's people in the intel community that have seen it, and they're just like, okay, yeah, that's a game changer. I mean, that there's no doubt what we're looking at that point. That is not ours. That's what frustrates me, because those videos are there. There are people that are aware of it. A lot of people. It's kind of a bad kept secret at this point. The problem is how that video was taken, where it was taken, under the circumstances, is very classified. So it probably won't ever see the light of day.
Convenient.
Yeah, no, I gotta tell you, look, honestly, where it was, I mean, I looking at it, I can say, yeah, that probably shouldn't come out. You know, as compelling as it is, because it is. There's reasons to keep those. There's a couple videos in more than.
So how can you claim you want disclosure and then say that shouldn't come out?
Right.
Unless it's
like,
a national security thing, like we're spying on Russia. It's a plane over Russia.
Yeah.
You know, it could start a war. Okay. Maybe that's I got it. But then just lie where it comes from. Like,
right. And then he says it's not ours. So then why can't it come out? What's the national security risk of saying this isn't ours? If it's not ours, then what's the national security
but then there's
risk?
a scary thought that, like, what if it's not ours, but
what if it did some
scare
heinous
some
shit?
people? No, but it's another country's. It's China's. It's whatever.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
And then
I took that as he meant like not human.
Well, I took that too, but I'm saying, like, there could be levels to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not ours. It's clearly not of human origin, or like stolen tech, say to say, whatever. Yeah. But like, that's the other thing that I think would scare a lot of people is like, what if China is, and I just say China because it's in the media, it's what everyone's talking about now, but you know, what if they do have this tech and they're just cruising around, there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing. Like, that's a very scary, that's almost scarier than, you know, UFOs, because if the UFOs have been doing it, they've been doing it for so long and there hasn't been any issue. But now with, you know, the geopolitical landscape,
Yeah,
it would be scary to think if, you know, an adversary.
I think that's a lot easier to deal with, though.
It is, but it is like, I
It
mean,
is,
for the
though,
human brain, yes, it's easier to
No.
deal with.
I mean, like, if it's a country doing it, then yeah, you just go on the world stage and say, "Hey, this country's flying around craft,"
And then they
taking
finally
people,
come out
and
and
then
say, "Yeah,
everybody,
yeah, we are. What are you going to do about it?"
and everybody in
Now-
the world sanctions them. They get no money. Their food supply goes down.
And then
cut
they
off
can just
from the
take it
world.
because they have super alien technology and can just take you and touch your butt, and you can't do anything about it.
They can't do it to everybody. That's not
You know
possible.
me, I'm just being ridiculous, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of it, I would probably be more in the immediate scale, like the immediate threat, I guess is what I'm thinking. I'd be more scared to be like, if they came out and said, yeah, they're here, not aliens, say an adversary that's clearly been kind of trying to undermine us and this stuff for years, and we can't shoot them down. We can't do anything. Like,
Right.
that's like, oh fuck. Like, now I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just think it's incredibly unlikely.
Oh, yeah, I'm completely speaking hypothetical here, but
It's also weird that the whole UFO thing, as far as we know, started 1947 with Roswell. As far as, and I mean, we don't know that. There's people who have said stuff that it started before that.
well, I mean,
But
you
it
look
seems
at
like everything
hieroglyphics
that's
and
ever
stuff.
been disclosed, like government involvement, seems like it started around 47.
Well, but then you also look at it like that's when, I mean, radio was big before then, but where media really started to come into its own.
Yeah.
So that's really where the word of mouth was a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of what it is, more so than it started in 47 or whatever. I think it was just easier for you to tell your neighbor. It was easier for it to come out on the news. It was easier for all this
Yeah.
to start happening.
But
Whereas
also,
before,
if you
you think
told-
of in like, Egypt and stuff, I would have to come over to your house and I'd tell you, and you'd have to go over there. Like, it spread so much slower.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. But
Billy
yeah, I
Carson
don't
freaks
know.
me out a little bit. Super smart dude, but
He's an idiot.
he's a lizard person.
First off, I'm going to play this video, and I want you to let me know if you think this cry that he does comes off as genuine at all. Because I watch
Okay.
it, and I don't think it does at all. He also got destroyed by West Huff, where he was just citing a bunch of shit that was just false.
Yeah.
Amazon. I'll show you that clip in a second. But
I only remember him from like 2-3 years ago. No audio.
that's fucking weird because I have the audio.
Family over this.
There it is.
No way.
Yeah.
You came
Little
out of the
Rich just
closet?
here.
No,
Came out the closet.
no,
No, Diddy.
no.
But yeah,
Tell me, what happened?
So 2010, I came home. I was working on this big project called Fort Terra Nova, which I built. And Fort Terra Nova was on the History Channel, a Countdown to Apocalypse, the Nostradamus episode. And anyway, so I was working on this project. I come home, I'm looking at ESPN, and I'm looking at sports. At about 9:00 p.m. All the lights turn dim, the TV turns off, and I thought my kids were playing a trick on me because they lived up in the room behind me, up on the second floor. And I looked up.
Who says that? They
and
lived
there's
in the
nobody there.
room
When
behind
I
me.
turned around, there were these two
Yeah.
beings right there.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And whew. Man, hold on.
Whoa.
Sorry.
No.
What do you have, big freak? What's up, man?
No.
So they were right there. I'm sitting in a chair about this high, so they were right here in my eyes. And
Yo, Alex is freaking out.
Yeah.
Right now. What the fuck? This is wild. Okay.
all right, let me get myself together.
No, take your time.
So they were there. They had the big almond eyes like you see on TV. I swear they did.
So you have two beings in front of
but
you.
they didn't look like they were real eyes. They looked like coverings of some type. And they didn't communicate with me.
I don't
through
know.
any kind of
Everyone's
telepathy that
different.
I can tell, but I felt like
I'll say everyone's different, but like if I get upset like about my family or something, like I don't recover that quick. Like I ain't talking that easily, like it doesn't.
Yeah. Here's my thing too is he's told that I've watched other interviews with him and he's told that story other times and not had this reaction.
Yeah. He was the one that, like, what was it, 2-3 years ago, some of his stuff when it first came out, was very compelling, but then it seemed like he went into that realm we were talking earlier, where he was reaching for money fairly quickly. Oh, you can come on an expedition with me, you can do this, you can do that. And
Yeah,
that's
well,
just where, like, I have nothing against people trying to make a buck, you know what I mean? But when you're it's just it's tough, and I feel like it's tough in that field. Like when
Well,
you're
the problem
trying to
is a
go
lot
ahead.
of the stuff he said, it's using texts that are either like proven fakes or there's no validity to them, but he presents them in this way as if, you know, they're infallible and everything they say on there is correct, you know. And there's just,
Yeah.
if you're going to use shit like that, you at least need to say it, but he doesn't. And then when people call him out on it, like Wes Huff did, he made this 3-hour rebuttal video where he was like, I'm going to sue him. I was dehydrated.
They get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, he said he was dehydrated and that's why his performance was so off. But here's a great example of what I'm talking
Who commented, by the way? Was that Quex?
It was ARSN3.
Yeah, it's Quex.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How did he find it?
I told him, but I didn't see his message about a half an hour ago.
I didn't know that was him. What's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, here he is. He's talking about these fucking emerald tablets, which apparently this is just a book he bought off Amazon. But he's telling Patrick Beck Davis this shit like he found them in the fucking Egyptian desert and deciphered them.
Bible, you discover he's born of a virgin birth. When you read the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, you discover that he talks about he developed the ability to incarnate at will in any plane that he desires.
Okay.
I've just done work. I've read so much information and I've been able to put together so many dots.
You didn't come up with this. You read this from somewhere. What did you read that told you this?
The Gospel of the Holy 12.
The Emerald Tablets of Thoth don't exist. In 1925, a man named Maurice Doreal claimed
Quex has
to have
shown
gone
me
to the
this,
Great
this
Pyramids in
dude
Giza
that's
and
talking
discovered
now,
an
I
artifact
believe.
that he
That's
called
myself.
the Emerald Tablets
Smart
of Thoth.
guy.
And then he produced a translation of the said document. But Doreal never actually produced any evidence of any tablets, merely told people he did. Sure, you can go on Amazon and buy a supposed translation of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. But you're just reading what Doreal made up. No archaeologist or Egyptologist today thinks there is any artifact called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. The Gospel of the Holy 12 is also a forged document.
The Bible, you discover he.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like the dude just I don't know where he gets his information from, but and
Like I said,
this brings up another
The
problem.
last time I saw a video of him had to have been 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was probably when he was making his big rounds, doing the big podcast, going on Joe Rogan and all that shit.
It was.
Here's the other thing too, though. It's way too easy for anybody to publish a book on Amazon nowadays.
I mean, in really any sense, if you have the money to push
like-
it, then you can get it published. It's just
Well, on Amazon, they do it all for you.
oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, on Amazon, you can publish a book in a day. That's
I'm
what
gonna
happened.
I'm gonna write a book about you.
Dude, when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, there was a book published on there that day because somebody
I thought it
used
was the day
AI.
before or something.
You can change the publication date,
Oh, okay.
but somebody used AI.
That's
wrote a
smart
book.
marketing.
It happens all the time. It happened with the Palisade fires. Somebody did the same thing. They used AI, wrote a book, and then published it with Amazon because it's like no upfront money, and they do
Yeah.
all the printing and everything for you.
And did they also predate it?
I don't know if they predated
That
one,
predating
but it was the same.
aspect would be some good marketing. Like
Yeah, because you can put the publication date in there when you do it.
Interesting.
Here's
That's a
that video I
whole-
wanted to.
That's a whole nother thing. Jeez.
This is that video I wanted to show you of these people using the Stephen Greer's app.
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Yeah. You know who doesn't use Stephen Greer's UFO summoning app? Apparently, any minority.
The Griffith Park and we're gonna use my C5 app and to try to make contacts with some UFOs and connect with them through our conscious mind.
We're saying that's what they summon.
So we just
the 3 lights. I didn't even. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered?
So we
Dead
just
inside.
arrived
Look
to
at their
the.
eyes. I don't trust.
I'm
people
not
like that.
paying. Yeah, and I also don't trust Stephen Greer. I'm not paying money for.
How much do you think he? I wish that I'm sure there is a way to look up and see how much money he's made off of that. That would be interesting. Like I'm sure he's probably made.
Well, if you look up Google Apps, I'll tell you how many times it's downloaded. But I imagine you have to sign up for it.
After, yeah, you download
That's
it and
not
then
a.
it
That's not a.
says.
But I mean, you
Yeah,
think
I hate
if-
when apps do that. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, let me check out this app, and then they're like, hey, you downloaded the app. Now you have to spend $10. Like what?
and so many of them are doing it nowadays.
They all do.
Yeah, it used to be back in the day. That shit was very rare. Now it's like every app's got a fucking.
Because people realize they can make money off it, even if they make $100 grand off an app, and then just
Mhm.
see you later. Put
We've
no
kinda talked-
development into it after that.
We've kind of talked about this, but I've told you kind of like my thing with aliens is I kind of think they're. I lean more towards the side that they're probably just demons, or at least there's a solid chance they are.
Oh,
I just think there's too much. I shouldn't say too much. That's not the wrong way to say it. I think there's a lot of similarities between people who've been abducted by UFOs and people who have like either ghost encounters or perceived possession, shit like that. I think there's a lot of shit in common.
there's a lot of similarities between it and where.
And I
could see. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was watching that Sean Ryan interview with the Catholic priest who does the exorcism. And I don't know if he says it in the clip I have, but he was talking about how like he's seeing aliens take on, or not, but he's seen demons present themselves in like a similar.
And that's where it could be, an evolution of, that it could be, if you're getting into that realm, demons are seeing the popularity of aliens, so they're taking on that form to further their agenda. Or, there is stuff to point, because I know you have talked about it before, is in a certain level of belief to where, yeah, I mean, technically aliens are just demons or, fallen angel, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Go ahead.
It's I don't know. It's just something I've always thought about, but I don't know if he mentions the alien thing here. But if you haven't watched that, that is a girl. You don't want to see that, son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm stealing all your information as we speak.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, it says you have an arrest warrant out in Florida for touching pigs.
Where they would in session they would actually once the demon manifested, they would manifest in literally looking like an alien with the eyes and the small mouth a bit turning gray, and they even call themselves gray, and they try and lie to the exorcist by saying, oh well, we're not angels, good angels, and we're not bad angels, we're not demons, we're kind of in the middle, we're neither good nor bad. No dude, you're just a demon, right? Because when you start talking to them, it's all that is a diversionary tactic which they do in the sessions. So just as we're seeing this play out itself on a grander scale in the world with the whole alien thing, they'll try and do that in the session where they're just trying to distract you by something that they know
but that's what he's saying.
They're hoping you'll believe it's true, because then from there they can manipulate you.
Yeah.
So they're using the alien talk as a a manipulation tactic.
Maybe. I don't know.
All that is,
Or aliens or demons.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is a way where you could break down, things from the Bible, and people way more educated on it than me, or could probably explain it a lot better to where, it could very clearly point out that
Yeah.
it's all part of the same thing,
Yeah, I don't know. And I've heard other people say that too, besides him, but like not only there being a lot of similarities, but there's been times where demons have presented themselves and they looked like and like you said, that could be the thing to where they know that image creates fear, and that's
Yeah.
why they're presenting themselves that way.
And even it has more traction than the Bible does nowadays.
That's
In
true.
some, you know what
That's
I mean?
true.
Like,
Yeah.
we've grown so far from the Bible that we're like, whoa, well, saying I'm a demon saying doesn't really mean something to a lot of these
Right.
people. They just like, oh, okay. But saying I'm an alien is more like, oh God, aliens, what?
Right. Like saying you're a demon doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Because people are just so far from it, and then just the word has been, I think a lot of the power has been taken out of the word compared to when it was made in 1,000 years ago. Demon was a much more powerful word than it is today.
Right. Whereas now,
Yeah. And we name cars after it. Like,
here's my question though. If there was an alien invasion tomorrow, because I think you know where I stand, do you think it's actually aliens?
it's tough. I mean, and maybe by design it's tough, but I think I would be skeptical. I wouldn't immediately say it's aliens. I'd be like, this is quite possibly bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the hologram thing,
Yeah, blue beam.
yeah, like I wouldn't immediately jump to, oh my God, it's aliens. I'd more so I would jump to, is that a plane? Is that, our tech? Is that, because as I've always said, it makes no strategic sense. It's stupid to think that we're forthcoming with what we really have.
Mm-hmm.
And we've said it, joking around with like the ammo count that they talk about, what we're using, planes, technology, like computers. Like I feel like computers are super throttled. Like what we see in what is admitted to us, what real, whether it's government or one world government, whatever you want, like what they actually have is probably leaps and bounds, because they're not going to give you and me the same capability they have. It's just not going to happen. It makes no sense.
What do you think the government's got for graphics cards? You think they got like a 6090?
No, I think they got, I would put them more ahead. I think
Like
they
a
got
9090?
a 1090 Ti Super. Is that a thing?
Yeah, you'd probably get like, I don't know. What do you think the frames would be for that? For like Cyberpunk?
They get 1,000 frames.
No, dude. Not on Cyberpunk. they get like 75.
On Cyberpunk, okay. No, I'll say they get 100 on Cyberpunk.
No, it is scary. It is scary to think about that, like how much more they are advanced than us. Like if my phone really has more technology than the space shuttle, which I'm not sure that I believe that, or that I believe we went to the moon. But
and it makes no sense that this has more. Then why wouldn't they take this weight? Because it's all weight sending it into space. Why wouldn't they take this instead of all these command boards and all this stuff in front of the pilots, when they can just have a touchscreen phone, an iPhone there going beep, 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 beep. Oh, like then it makes no sense.
Nope. Not at all. I don't know. I've always leaned more towards the Project Bluebeam side of it. Like if I had seen an alien invasion, I would immediately assume, okay, this is fake. Whether it's fake as in its holograms or it's fake as in these are real ships.
That's what I mean. Like, I would have to see what's going on. And then even still, like, people getting sucked up into the air, maybe I might start saying, oh shit. Like, it's
I
possible.
don't even know if they showed me an alien, if I would believe it's from outer space.
Or like,
Like,
War
okay,
of the
we
Worlds
created
thing,
that.
something, and just eating people and shitting all over the place. Like,
Yeah, I just got to go to my basement. I can't do that. But remember that dude we were watching yesterday, Jeremy Corbell? He was doing that interview.
Yep.
So he's one of the top dudes.
Yeah.
Who's talking about UFOs right now. He even said something about a fake alien invasion. I'll see if I can.
And I think more so because whatever happened, Atlas, what was that thing in space that's just gone now that no one talks about anymore?
3IR Atlas or whatever.
Yeah, 3i Atlas. Like, I thought that was going to be a false flag, and is like putting the idea, and then they were going to try to do something, but then Iran happened. So
Well, they've done that. They've done that shit twice now. Like, I wonder, like you're saying, if it isn't. Yep, 3i Atlas. Quex was on it. He got it right away.
Yeah.
He fixed your speech impediment for you.
Yeah, he does.
No, but no, I mean, because that's the second time they've done that. I wonder if, like we were saying earlier, if it's not just like a soft disclosure, or not soft disclosure, but they're prepping us for when it actually happens.
But then it goes into your realm of thought. When it actually happens, what if they're prepping us just for them to do it, just to do a transfer of wealth, a transfer of power, control everyone, like.
Right.
And that,
I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, let's listen. He says this shit too. Like, he could just be a good actor because the emotion he puts into this and the way he presents it's like, okay, you're trying to be dramatic with this information, which, if it's true, it is like the most dramatic thing you could ever tell people, but at the same time.
But the lie is coming. All indications, like all of them, is that that lie is going to be that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe.
He's got great eyes.
It's nuanced. How they explain that, the nature of that threat. But that 100% is the lie you are going to be told. You even got a date. People have been whispering a date for a long time now. I know where that lie comes from. I know specifically what document from the 70s initiated the idea of that lie. A classified document. That is the lie you will be told.
Well, what's the fucking date?
It sounds like he's about to fucking cry too. Like,
yeah. And I mean, I've heard shit. I've heard people saying 2027, some October something, but
you're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth. That's the lie. Maybe I'm wrong.
I hope so.
I hate that edging shit too. I know the date. I know where it
I
came
sent you
from.
2 texts today with
That
a year.
never says it.
Not from me. Nope.
2027.
I'm not going to propagate that lie. Not going to be part of it. Not going to say it to the camera. Everybody knows. Just start paying attention.
Well, that's an interesting way to say it. He's like, the reason I'm not going to say it is because he knows it's a lie. Which, that's also convenient for him to do if he's trying to, build up publicity or whatever.
And they'll change the date, especially if they see this. Things will change. Because maybe I'm trustworthy.
My thing is that's a crazy thing to say, though. Like, you said they had this plan from the 70s, but now all of a sudden they're going to change it because...
I mean, but at the end state of the plan, like, it's all planning the mission, but we can pull it back a day.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't think the changing of the date would be that hard.
I don't think they would care to do it, because at the end of the day, how many people watch this guy?
That's what I say. At this point, too, it's just like, there's so much shit that comes out. We're in the age of information, but, I mentioned it, I think last night, was like, it still feels like our hands are tied. Like, sure,
Yeah.
okay, what are you going to do about it? You're not
Right.
going to do shit.
No, you can't do anything about it.
Yep.
Or
The
they
other
may be
thing
unworthy
that
of
made
your
me think of was the August 12th thing where they say gravity is going to fucking just turn off or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe it, but you better believe
No.
August 12th, I'm going to be holding on to the fucking ground.
It's not going to turn off. That's crazy.
trust. Maybe I've told you the truth the whole way through it. Now you can verify it. If that's the case, then I'm fucking dangerous. You've been told the truth about UFOs for a long time now. It's been pretty orchestrated. It's been pretty clear. And it's using people that are telling the truth and want to tell the truth. Ultimately, they want you to know something. They want you to know UFOs are real. Thank God we're finally there. We're all there now. They want you to know the truth. But why they want you to know that truth now? Hope I'm wrong, but it's terrifying.
Just another mode of control.
Think about it. Maybe it's good to get ahead of it. Call it out now before they do it. I'll be called crazy. That's okay.
See, that right there kind of seems like acting.
It does, but you got to think there is a little bit where he's coming into it.
Right,
even
like
if it
he's
is-
gotta-
he's got to sell.
Right. He does. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what to think of it, but it is crazy to think about if they planned this shit in the 70s. What if they've been building fucking spaceships since the 70s to do a fake alien invasion?
Nope.
And they set a date. They were like,
And
"All right,
imagine they have this
2027."
shit that like Bob Lazar was talking about, like
Yeah.
gravity drives and shit, and they're just silent, floating around like that. That would be tough at first. Like, yeah, maybe I'd be like, oh well, I don't know, but still, like seeing a silent floating, like, oh fuck.
These Velos got my mind going crazy. I'm thinking like, what if not only have they built spaceships, but they have a fucking clone army, or they've made aliens or
And
shit
they're
that looks like.
imagine if there's specific clones for specific targets. So like if you're a target, all of a sudden someone comes to your door, like, or comes out of a spaceship in front of your house and it's you.
That's the worst case scenario. That's the worst case scenario.
But you look slightly off, like it's you, but you look like slightly like an alien, like all to, you know, affect the brain, like all the mental game of it. And it's just like,
Like, what's
hello?
off?
Like it just you
Like you got a little finger or something?
No, it's just you look like I'm more of like Hollywood, like you know it's you, but there's something there's something wrong, like whether it's
Like this?
in the eyes or like yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, I
And
don't
they're
wanna
not
ever see
talking,
that.
they're just talking into your head. And they're just looking
Now
at
that you say
like
that up, that's got to be
crooked-eyed.
probably like one of my greatest fears, like seeing aliens up there. But if I see a copy for copy of myself standing in front of me,
Yeah.
that's also got to be up there.
That's telepathic, I mean. Just talking to you in your head and just looking at you, like shaking with like a vein coming out of its
Yeah.
forehead. Just
I would immediately think we're gonna like fusion, like Dragon Ball Z or something.
What are you gonna touch tips?
Yeah, no, that's what they do to Dragon Ball Z. You know, you never watched Dragon Ball Z?
No, I know what you're talking about, but
Yeah, how
you
you
went like
fusion.
this.
Well, because I can't. There's nobody over here. Technically, you are, but
Oh, my face.
I don't know, dude. He said that 70 shit, and immediately my mind went like, okay, so they've been building
time
spaceships
frame, yeah.
for 50 fucking years.
They've been in whatchamacallit.
And then my
NORAD.
mind also goes to fucking missing 411. Have they been the ones taking this people?
They're testing
Over-
systems.
Yeah, are they testing shit? Or are they making a fucking clone army?
And then the Bigfoot portals are just them testing their portals.
I like to think Bigfoot's a physical creature.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of evidence to say it's not.
It's just too hard. Like in today's day and age, people, you know, more recently, but like how often now are people out there with thermals? like regular people going through the woods looking for
There was that
Bigfoot.
project. There was that project. It was when we were in Hawaii where they had some company was doing a thermal scan of the entire country. I never heard anything that came out of it, but that was one of the big things.
Yeah, like it's especially if people are looking for it and people with money are looking for them. You would think they would find them if they were static, like if they were land here on Earth and they weren't, you know,
They're
going in and
physical
out.
beings, right?
Well, even they could be physical beings using
Yeah, that's true.
a portal. You know what I mean? They could be, but that
And what
I
do you
feel
what do
like
you make of the old stories, you know, from like the early 1900s and 1800s about people having encounters, or
well, I
that
think
infamous one where there was the apes throwing stones at that hunting lodge.
well, you know, that's what I'm saying. They're still physical. They're still there. But then when they're done with whatever they're doing, they can bloop and they're not here anymore.
So they're just like trolls. They come in, fuck with us for
It's
a
like
little
that,
bit, then leave.
like that supposed Skinwalker Ranch. Was it the CIA or FBI guys that were set up there supposedly and had all their everything set up because they went there to study it, and they
Yeah.
said they saw a portal, you know, Doctor Strange out there, and they could see through like to sky beyond the portal, and they said something stepped through.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you ever read the book Skinwalkers at the Pentagon?
no, should I?
Yes, it's all about how the government was looking into Skinwalker Ranch.
Well, I know, yeah, that's what I know. They looked into it, but
But it breaks a lot of that down and like kind of the history of the project and everything. It's very interesting.
at the White House,
Pentagon.
Pentagon, okay.
Yeah. When I first heard about the book, I thought there were skinwalkers in the Pentagon, which is even way more fascinating, but that's not.
There probably is. Look at some of the
I was
people
just
that
about
walk
to
around.
say, yeah, there's for sure
Nancy
skinwalkers.
Pelosi is one of them. Just fucking.
Yeah, there's for sure skinwalkers at the Pentagon. There's aliens, probably Bigfoot.
I think because so when I was here, a guy that I was with up at Brigade, one of his jobs was he
Queck
spent.
said, "Yep," and Biden's lizard's ass.
He worked Pentagon for 3 years, whatever, and it's public knowledge. But when he talks about like the Pentagon and like it's a city, like a self-contained city, you can get your hair cut, like everything is in there, like you could live in there and not leave, like because that's what it's meant to be. Like it does make sense if there's some kind of lockdown and whatever, people need to stay there for, but it would make sense that they, you know, you go down a few levels and you're fucking bleep bloop bleep beep, and just something pops out and talks to you, you're like, oh fuck.
Yep. Dude, I believe
wrong
that shit.
wrong floor.
I also love that people figured out how you can tell we're going to attack somebody by just watching the pizza activity around the Pentagon. If you just look at the pizza places activity,
People are staying late and ordering pizza and stuff. Yeah.
But Quex brought that up, so I want you to show this. This is one of the things where like Biden was walking around and people had always said, dude, it's got to be a clone or something. Because there was the weird shit. His earlobes were different. How the fuck are your earlobes?
I think he was a robot.
Look at this video. Even Joe Rogan, who he calls shit out when he thinks it's crazy. Even he was like, this is insane. But let me pull this up real quick. But Joe Biden in this video looks like he's about 6'7". Yeah. All I had to type in was giant Biden and it came up. This is Nephilim Biden.
Oh, Jesus.
Pull up the video of the tall Biden because there ain't no way.
That
Look at the size of this motherfucker.
That's not real.
It's not the same dude. I don't care what.
Look at the length of his legs. Look at those legs. Look at, you can see the behind him.
That is not.
Look at the length of his arms. Or he got what are those 8-foot flagpoles? Or
Who
what's the
knows?
big flagpoles? Aren't they 8? No,
think
they're
so.
bigger than 8. I
Yeah,
think
they
they're
got to
bigger
be
than
like
8.
at least 10.
I think the big ones are 10-foot flagpoles. No, they're 9 or 8, I think.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, but he seems to be taller than.
Look, that's real. Look at the size of his legs. He's never
Yeah,
that
that's
much taller than Jill. Jill's wearing heels, son. Look at her heels. He's towering over her. That's
Oh.
a giant Biden. Pull up the video of
It's a giant Biden.
Flex said he would have to look down on you.
I would be scared. Especially if he talks the way he talks.
Weird.
I'm like, oh fuck. He's malfunctioning.
I don't know.
Save me.
Clones, robots, something.
It's
weird,
just like even like when you see certain videos of how he could not walk.
No.
Dude couldn't walk. He was almost non-ambulatory. Like when you see him try to go on stairs, when he tried to walk on the beach and stuff, and then there's certain videos you see him just saunter out like nothing. And I understand with, you know, a lot of those ailments for elderly people, there's times you're better than others, but just
Not that much
everything seemed off about that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And how they say he wasn't
And,
really
like,
doing
there was
shit.
other weird shit too.
It was all what's her name running everything.
Kamala.
Yeah.
My thing is, if we are at a point, which I am open to, part of me believes it. If we are at a point to where they just have clones or robots of presidents walking around, we're already cooked. It's just beyond. This is beyond.
I mean,
the point.
hook me up. I could work like 6 jobs all at once. You know.
Kinda like that
Even
movie
if
we
even if
watched
they did walk around like Joe Biden, I could send them up to you, or where you used to work, Sherman Williams plant, and be like, "Yep, I'm ready for a walk." Just stumbling around fucking by the sounds of the people you worked with.
They're already doing it, dude. There's a place. I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. You know where I live. There's
Yeah.
a Mexican place near here. They have a robot waiter.
The one we ate at?
No, not that
Oh,
one.
okay.
There's a different Mexican place my buddy went to. He was telling me about it this weekend. They have a robot waiter. It comes up to the table. Your food is ready. You get your food, then it have a nice day and just leaves. It's a robot waiter.
I don't think who am I tipping here?
Oh, that's the best part is people. Well, for douchebags who don't tip, it's not a big deal. But I'm not tipping a robot.
Yeah, no.
Give it grease. What do you do? Give it WD-40?
I ain't like, yeah, especially the waitress. I ain't if it's like a team thing, like, yeah, you're not getting 20% now. You wrote down my order and did nothing else.
You're working
But
with
that's
a
also the
mechanical
problem. That's the problem of it all, of that whole situation. AI, robots. It's like how is anyone? It seems like an aspect of control too. Like take jobs from everyone. So now you're forced to do whatever is told of you just to have a roof over your head, because you can't work because there's robots and AI doing all the jobs. Like the only thing you can do is be a fucking fart farmer. You know, you just eat a whole bunch of fiber and you stick a tube up your ass and fart, so it gives methane.
That's what the robots run off.
Yeah, exactly.
They run off human farts.
You didn't have enough farts today. You only get 27 cents. Good luck.
Yeah, we pay you 15 cents per flatulent.
Yep. And
I like to think it's a
It's
robot
not enough
supervisor.
methane in your farts. Your farts are weak.
These are not up to standard.
Yeah. Get a counseling because your farts aren't enough.
Yeah, no thank you. But yeah, if they're already taking waiters' jobs, and we saw that video the other day where they had the one working in the factory, I can tell you that thing's going to be everywhere.
Have you seen the one where they do the bolts? And
Yeah.
it's showing the robot hand, like even doing 3 bolts, like yeah, there's no incentive. And I guess there is still some shortcomings to robots, but like, what's the incentive unless a law is put in place, which it would have to be, you know, a percentile of your workforce has to be organic, and they'll name it like that, and then aliens will show up in the workforce. But
Flex said, "Why do you think he's trying to train his own AI? He's trying to come up with a good one."
Yeah,
Good
he's
AI.
gonna send it to go work, and he's just
I'll
gonna
work
sit
for
there.
him. He'll have a
Yeah,
bunch of like
yeah.
like slavery
He'll become the prime minister or something, and Klex will just be sitting back laughing.
of prime minister of the
the free union of AIs, not union, the free democratic of
the union. Yeah, if AIs have unions,
the republic of artificial intelligence.
having worked in a factory, I think they should make the robots the supervisors.
I mean, that would be.
They should make them
because it's so cut and dry. A robot, like, yes, no, you did this, you didn't do this. There's no personal feelings in it. Like, oh, I kind of like you, so I'll let you slide. Nope, you did this wrong. Right up. Nope, you did this wrong. Right, like,
make them the supervisors, because that's the most stressful job. Anyways, nobody wants to be a supervisor.
Then they get a power trip and are out there with a whip and.
That's what they need to do. They need to beat them. They're a robot. Like I go to jail if I do that. You can't put a robot in jail. The robot supervisors do need to beat the employees to keep them in line.
Just walking the line with a fucking club.
Yeah. Or just.
You are 3 seconds behind schedule. Whack.
Production does not meet the goal. It's them. Where is the paint?
People.
That's how management acts,
that.
anyways.
Yeah.
Oh no, my employees they would beat that robot to a pulp on the floor. They would hit it with a paint can. A full gallon of
paint on it, try to short circuit it.
Yeah, it would last 3 minutes, even if it wasn't a supervisor. It was just like, hey, we got this fucking robot to work the line. It's gonna pack tubes. They would dump truck bed liner on it within 30 minutes.
Fuck that. You ain't taking my job.
And then they were like, I'm calling my union rep.
That's the thing. Like, unions are good, but they're also that's another talk, is just specializing people and character, and it's no one's doing anything for the greater good. No one's, like in the 40s and the wartime effort and stuff, where people were like generally like, yes, I want to help the country. Yes, I want to help people. But I guess that's wealth. There was a lot fewer I think super rich people. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but
no, I think for sure the wealth gap wasn't as crazy as it is now.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
See, back then too, it all started with the fucking aliens, dude.
100%. That's when
Roswell happened and everything started booming. Aliens. Now everyone's fucking.
And that's an interesting thing I've heard people talk about too. Is like one of the reasons they haven't disclosed a lot of the technology is because it was given to 3 or 4 companies, which is illegal. So then, how much would all these other companies,
monopoly,
be entitled to in reparations? Like, hey, you gave fucking Lockheed Martin, anti-gravity tech in 1950.
Antimatter, fucking
yeah.
They can just make shit disappear.
Yeah.
And we have to pay for a trash company. I mean, even little shit like that, though, it adds up. Like. Yeah, that makes. I didn't really think about. Yeah,
you gave them aliens who don't have souls to work for you, and we have to pay for employees' health care.
Yeah.
This isn't
we
fair.
have to deal with.
You owe us money.
Yeah,
we have union employees. You have
I didn't think of that.
Gray aliens.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. If that came out and it came out that certain proprietary companies were given this, that are probably unarguably the most powerful companies in the world. It's like, well,
like Raytheon, Lockheed, aliens.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have any of them that work for them. Yeah. Like how many aliens are
work for them, or they just did the human thing and it was like, work for us, got the knowledge out of them, and then just like,
no, I like to think all those companies have like an underground pyramid, and there's just like one alien sitting on a throne,
just sitting there, like that movie from last night, just sitting there.
Yeah. And the CEO's like some fucking fat guy sweating. Just he has to go talk to the alien.
Just fucking.
We were
breathing.
wondering about the new project. Yeah, that's actually what happens. I'm pretty sure.
It would make sense. Oh, I don't want to aggravate. I don't want to bother you right now.
Yeah.
But we were really hoping the new stealth plane could come out now. And they're like, here's the B2. And drives off an ion wave. You can tell everyone it's a jet engine, but the jet engine is just creating negative ions to counteract the positive ions on the leading edge of the plane, and it just surfs.
That is interesting, though, that you talk about the B2 because and we're already at past 2 hours, but not to keep going.
Yeah, we can start to wrap it up, but
yeah, but the B2 thing is like I don't know that I've ever seen an interview with a fucking B2 pilot.
no, and that's why it stuck out to me. One, because it somewhat makes sense that it can fly, sure. But when you look at the payload, the capacity of those planes, like what they're able to do, and you see even just the outlets of the engines, like it just doesn't. And that's what that, and again, I couldn't find it. But the guy is coming out and he was like, well, the stealth stuff wasn't what was so classified about the plane. He was like, the propulsion system is what was classified, and basically goes into it saying that, they positively charged the leading end of the leading edge of the plane, the tip of the Dorito. And then the engines are, I forget the terminology he uses, but they're not actually for propulsion. They're for creating the negative ions behind the plane. So then it just creates this negative and positive, and the plane just is surfing on this wave.
Yeah, they owe Boeing so much money if that.
Yeah, they owe all of them. You mean?
Yeah, you mean we've been using JP8?
Yeah. We paid all these motherfuckers in skunkworks to come up with this crazy shit, and you had this all along, like.
All right.
But
well,
yeah.
are you going to be here? Are we doing one Friday? Are you going to be here? Or are you?
I fly out Friday at 6:30, so like
Okay.
I said, we can possibly try to do one this weekend, or it's like same time next week or something. Because I can probably get on a computer and with a camera and stuff, but not Friday or this week because I have the funeral Saturday. So
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah, I'll be in touch.
It's us and Quex and one other person, so we will.
What's up, other person? Love you.
Yeah. We'll be back
Quex.
this time
Fuck
next
you,
week.
Quex. Yeah, we'll talk to you
See
guys.
ya.
See ya.